welcome back.
What's up, guys?
Show, season 3. What's happening?
All's good in the hood.
Yeah, that's a swanky American shirt you have on there.
I was going to say the same to you. That's also a swanky American shirt you've on you.
Hey, only Brian Arnold.
Wow. Fucking
USA
Brian Arnold.
Studio.
That's a match shirt. That's a match shirt from the World Cup.
Hey, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to work. Thank you, Brian Arnold. Obviously, we've had our competition this summer. Summer, we didn't call it summer. This winter. So we had a lot of friends, good friends, close friends, new friends, all come to Derry. Loads of gifts. Thank you, Fred. Obviously Yoda didn't come along with it. What are you pointing to there? Oh, the badge.
Put me back to that.
Ah, Jesus. New year, new Bradley. Bradley, thanks for the new titles for this season. Didn't think we'd ever get past 2 seasons the way you were going on.
I don't think you get past 1 season.
We're still going strong. Obviously, a wee bit of an apology. The very last show of the season 2, I lost. So,
apologies.
Big apologies to the fans. Big apologies to Oshin and Barry who took the time to come on the show that night. But apparently, if you don't download the video from Skype after 30 days, it deleted. So,
well, now you know.
Now you know.
No, you're supposed to have,
it was a good final show.
By blowout.
All
them scandals and revelations that we talked about.
Oh no!
All them things that came to light.
Insane
Barry, the language out of Barry about your man.
Terrible. But we're going to keep the same format this year. I think last year was just ideal the way we had it. More Barry, more Oshin, more Fred. So here we'll go over and see what Barry has to say for the first time this season. So here is the very first of season 3. Barry.
Welcome back, everyone, to another season of What's Fantasy League. And Lawrence has asked me to do another session of Barry Sez. So if you don't want me to do those, please contact Lawrence. It's nothing to do with me. I'm only helping out. And remember that a lot of the rules that I'm sort of looking at are open to interpretation. The festive rules, a lot of them are like very basic and very straightforward, but there are some that are open to interpretation. So if I'm doing something wrong, please say. I'm not perfect. I'm not a fountain of knowledge. I'm reading the rules like exactly the same as everyone else. So just call me out if you feel as though I'm wrong or I need to add to something. Very quick one this week. Just do very, very basics. Some recaps on some of the stuff that we were doing last year. So just to explain, throw-ins, free kicks, and corners. Just keep in mind 1-1-3. That's how many players you're allowed to flick from a positional point of view. So from a throw-in, if you want to take a positional flick, it's 1. From a free kick, it's 1, and then from a corner, it's 3. So 1-1-3. And another one is just on goal kicks. Again, just a very recap, and I've mentioned this loads of times before, and people are still doing it. That I can see players start here behind the line, not on the line, not over here. Need to be starting here. Now, your player can start behind the 6-yard, but again, he must not be over the line like that. So I'll cover a few. I'll go into a wee bit more details. I think there was a bit of confusion last season on the offside rule, and got a few messages about that, which was grand. So I'll talk about that on one of the sessions, and I'll talk about some of the free kicks because I mean I'm learning as I go along as well. So every day's a school day for me. So I'll cover a few things, but if you have any suggestions, please contact Lawrence or myself directly, and I'll cover them. All right, folks. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you, Barry. Apologies again about last season, the last show of the season. Bradley, we're going to go over and just recap because we already done this on the final show that we didn't actually host. So here is the new but the last fantasy football. Everybody knows who won, but it was just the praises. So Brent Nicely, who won the pitch from SA Bases. Good friend Gary Downs. I'm not sure if they've sorted it out yet, but I think Brenton was sorting out a design and Gary was going to post it to him. So that was the value of 60 quid plus postseason packaging from from South Africa. John Henson.
That's a gift from Mr. Brenton, actually.
Did you keep your bottle? I've lost my bottle.
I got my bottle.
I got two.
That's lovely. I kept my bottle. I got two drunk too. I was going to hold on to it, but hold on to it.
I came in one night and I was parched and I had to open them. I was trying to keep them as well. Thank you, Brent Nicely, for the beers. Everybody that came had something to bring. We'll talk about that later. John Henson was second. John, you're going to get a team of your choice, hand painted by me, the value of 60 quid. And Emma Ackroyd, she was third, and she wins a display case with two figures of her choice, the value of 40 quid as well. So get in touch, John Henson, Emma Ackroyd, and Brent Nicely's getting in touch with Gary Downs. And thank you to Gary Downs, who sponsored Subbuteo Fantasy Football League last year. And thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who sponsored a praise throughout that year. We'll get the new season up, fantasy football. $5 entry, and let me know if you want to join. Send me a wee message, Facebook or Twitter, and we'll get these all in. So there's no washing this week because there's no football to talk about. So that leaves us just to crack on to our guest, Martin O'Bradley. Would you like to introduce our special guest, our first of the new season?
First of the new season, and what a way to talk about starting off with a bang. World number one, ESA interim president, the Wobbly hobby man himself, Subbuteo Saviour, Mr. Alan Lee.
Alan Lee, welcome to the show.
Anyway, you both good?
All right, well,
good, mate. How's you?
Yeah, very good, mate. Very good.
You're looking well?
Yeah, well travelled.
You should be our new we should do a holiday section. You should do like holiday reports.
like a woman on the cruises.
I'm up for that.
It'd be like the BBC One holiday show with Alan Lee.
Where's he this week?
Just see you walking up a wee beach kicking sand this week from Greece.
We do the cruises. We do them all.
Do everything, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to come on. It's been the end of last season. Christmas was the last time you were on, briefly, wasn't it?
Christmas, yeah, Christmas. Yeah, lots happened since then.
A lot has. First of all, on behalf of myself, Martin, and everybody at Derry, I want to thank you. I don't think we even got a chance to thank you enough for what you've done to help us put on the Derry Open. Obviously, came across in the boat, brought Ruby and Kane, brought all the pitches, trellises, nets, tables, the works. Without you, the saviour of Subbuteo, we couldn't have had our Derry Open. So thank you very much.
It was an absolute pleasure. And I think we'd all do it, wouldn't we? I mean, we're we're just a small group of people, small group of friends, good mates, and that's what we do. We just help each other out. So I'd expect it in return when you boys get some tables. Want to see you on the boat all fully loaded.
Oh, we can definitely come and bring supplies, but it'd be like beer and wine.
Yeah, that'd do. A van full of
beer, wine, cheap fags.
Illegal. Here, what do you think of the tournament? Do you think it went down well?
Well, Derry, superb tournament. You know, hats off to you boys. You know, it was just, it was really well run. It's probably one of the, if not the friendliest tournament that I've been to, you know, ever. You know, it's, you know, you're with each other all day. And, you know, at Derry, you know, everyone was, you know, helping out, you know, getting set up, and, you know, everyone was just involved, weren't they? You know, from the start, and then on to the evenings. You know, I've you know, it's the best nights, I think, in Derry. The best nights out. You know, we get to Lawrence. You didn't hear my singing, and you don't want it. But Lawrence, I mean, you know, brilliant. Jason Christopher, Justin Scott, very memorable.
Mick Hammond.
Mick Hammond.
Yeah, it was superb.
Mick Hammond was brilliant.
Yeah,
like a professional.
Yeah.
Give it a light, clear the room, sit down.
Yeah, Justin Scott as well. What did he do? Robbie Williams, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. Yeah, really enjoyed it. I mean, it's you boys were a little bit more relaxed on the second day with the team event. But it is, you know, it's a stressful thing, isn't it, running tournaments? I don't think people you know, really realise, you know, a lot of people hear a lot of moans and groans sometimes, not at Derry, but you hear a lot of moans and groans sometimes at tournaments, you know, people moaning about this and moaning about the pitch, and, you know, they don't realise, you know, the amount of hard work that goes into it. You know, it's a tough thing to do. So, you know, to all of you, you know, it was a great tournament.
Couldn't have done it without you, man. Couldn't have done it. Wouldn't have happened without you.
I think everyone, isn't it? I mean, everyone made it. Everyone made it that weekend. You know, from you know, obviously I brought the tables over, but the you know, the crack at night, and you know, just everyone getting involved. You know, it was I think Fred said it. You know, German Fred. He you know, it's good to see everyone just, you know, coming together and just making it happen. You know,
everybody made it. Everybody from, you're right, man, from fucking getting there, setting up the tables, clearing up afterwards, taking the tables away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody, brilliant.
Yeah,
Boys writing the scores, boys videoing, boys doing everything. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, it's not uncommon at you know, big tournaments that, you know, as soon as it's well, you're playing the final and there's only a few people there. It didn't happen at Derry. I mean, there must have been probably everyone stayed to the end.
Yeah.
Most people were there.
Yeah. And then, you know, when it comes to clearing up, you've got a handful of people, but it was all hands on deck. Everyone was doing it. You know, it's brilliant. Yeah, good tournament. Great.
Even the next day, boys staying on the ref.
That's
boys
what I
weren't playing.
That's what I was about to say. Like the likes of Tom and what do you call him? Jeez. Paul Hayes and Mark Farrell. People that didn't play on the Sunday really helped out, because without them, you would have had games without having referees.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been right. And it was brilliant that the game had a ref.
Yeah, great to meet Paul as well. You know, good to see the Americans coming over. You know, don't see that often in Europe. I've never seen it in Europe. I'm sure it happens, but I've never seen it. So, I mean, Paul, absolute legend, isn't he? Absolutely.
Yeah, what about Paul? What about Paul Hayes, man? You know, there are not many people could get away with calling themselves Mr. Subbuteo. But fucking Paul Hayes is. He should have had tattooed in his fucking forehead, shouldn't he? I've never met a bigger gent in my life. Yeah.
Oh,
but God love him up here Friday night in the shed. He never sat down from me, stood up when he came on. Yeah, everybody wanted to play Paul Hayes. Like a gent played everybody.
Yeah, I need a bit of him. And he didn't say no to anyone, did he? Yeah, great player as well. Really good player.
I wish he had said no to me on the Saturday when he played.
What did you do with him?
5-0. I'll say nothing.
That's not bad. Like I said, you know, Paul's a top player, so you know that's not so bad. You know, I think a couple of years ago that might have been 8-9, 10-0.
Easy.
It was 10-0. It was 10-0. We'll say no more, but it was 10-0.
I'll tell you what, one of my lasting memories from that weekend was that goal you scored, Lawrence. Do you remember your new Pro Evos?
Yeah. we promo there for the Pro Evils?
Superb. Available at the Wobbly Hobby, of course. But yeah, just a great long flick, wasn't it? Top corner, beautiful
Top
goal.
corner against John Moore. That was a good game as well. 3-2 it ended up.
Yeah.
Oh, tight.
Quite good. I think
Yeah.
I was 2-1 down, 3-1 down.
Yeah.
3-2, but you refed it. It was a great game.
Yeah, it was really good game.
There's some good matchups in that Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right, semi-finalist Alan Lee only going out there. Mark Farrell, Ireland's pro.
Yeah, I mean Mark's he's an incredible player, isn't he? I mean he's what, in Ireland, best in Ireland.
Yeah.
He's Ireland's pro, man.
Yeah.
He used to flip flops between him and Kenny Beggs for the All Ireland.
Yeah.
But I think Mark has it 2 in a row now.
Yeah, not Kenny. I'd say Mark.
Mark.
I played them both. Yeah, Mark's so accurate. Shooting is very, very good. Absolute top player. Very good player. And it's great for you boys to see an Irishman in the final.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Great final. Even when you look at what was the semi-finals, Italy, Northern Ireland, England, the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah.
And then Republic of Ireland and Italy in the final. Couldn't have fucking wrote that, man. Guido Carullo, what about him?
Guido's brilliant.
Yeah.
Superstar.
Yeah, he's coming to Subbuteo Fest in July, so looking forward to seeing him again. He's getting about. He's travelling.
We'll
some lineup for Subbuteo Fest. Some lineup for the Subbuteo Fest.
Yeah, we got 60-ish for the IO. Originally we started at 28. Martin said, right, 28's a good number. And then it was 32, and I kept squeezing in for a little bit more because you just get these, messages, and you just can't say no. I mean, I had Wolfgang Haas from Royal message me. I mean, we'd finished on 58, and 52, and Wolfgang messaged me a couple of days ago, and straight away I said yes. I haven't spoken to Martin yet about increasing again, but you can't turn these guys down. You
can't turn them boys down.
Yeah. So he's going to bring a Royal team now, so that's good. So we got another top team in the team event as well. So I'm pleased about that. Yeah, it's good.
I think we had the problem where we were turning people down early on, and we didn't want to just say yes to everybody, because we should have said yes to everybody and just dealt with it later. And then it turned out we ended up with less numbers because people pulled out closer to the time. Day before, morning, 2 COVID, couple of COVID cases. But in reality, next year we'll learn from it. You just accept everybody, and whoever's coming, you make a number and you make it work.
Yeah, you just got to deal with it. I mean, you could have fitted probably another 10 tables at that venue.
Yeah. In the next room.
Yeah, well, you could have been a lot tighter with the tables. You had a lot.
The tables were well spread out. We could have had more on that big room, I think. Yeah,
and I offered you. I can't remember, but we had more tables we could have brought over.
16. We were talking 16 at one point, man.
Yeah, 16 tables. So that's 48 people, easy. Yeah. So I mean that's where we are really. It's just hard to turn down the big names, and they've kept coming. We've got all the top English players playing, or most of them. And obviously, like you said, you get the last minute dropouts. Well, that's always an issue. People test positive a few days before, they can't come.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just got to deal with it, like you said. You just got to deal with it. Where we'll end up. I mean, we've got another 2 to go, just over. And 3 weeks, actually, 3 weeks to go. So, as you a lot of inquiries, didn't you? The last week or two, you get a lot of people messaging. So, I'm not going to say no.
No, definitely not. And it's a credit. It's a credit to you, Alan, because I don't think people said to us when we run the Derry Open, it's like you're only getting the Americans because you do the show. But I don't think that's the reason. I think yes, the show's a small factor in it. But the fact that the game's alive you brought it back in England. There's like so many clubs happening. There's so much going on. You know, Jerry's got clubs going. You're in the paper. You know, Subbuteo's back.
Yeah.
Really bigger than where it's ever been before. And then people were thinking, it's only 8 hours in a flight. I'll come. You know, if you're holding a competition, I'll come. And like Paul Hayes made it a holiday. Visited his daughter in London. Came to us. Brian Arnold made it a business trip. You know, it's because the game. It's not just because of our show. It's because of what you're doing. It's because Jerry's doing. It's what people up north are doing. It's what everyone.
I think it's the whole resurgence thing, isn't it? I mean, Chris Burford, who started the Andover Club, you know, and he tried to do the club above his workplace, and he's a clever, and it wasn't that successful. You know, he set up upstairs. He had a big space, and he invited a few people, and struggling a little bit, but he held his first open at the weekend. And he had 24 players come to that Wasper Open. And, you know, and I've got to say, the guy was, it was an incredible tournament in terms of the organisation. His first tournament, it was, you know, he had the screens up, the attention to detail was very good. You know, everyone got these certificate, like an envelope with, you know, a certificate and a key ring and all these little extra bits. And you know, he put on he had bacon rolls in the morning. We had sandwiches at lunchtime. We had I've never seen this. You know, he said, "Oh, you know, we're a little bit pushed for time." And on his itinerary, it had 3:30 tea and biscuits and cake and chocolate brownies, like all homemade. You know, it was incredible. You know, so anyway, so 24 people turned up, you know, and it's good to see all the you know, the local community. We had players from Worthing, players from Solent, and Worthing, you know, and Solent, these are players. Solent are just starting to travel. Worthing very rarely travel. It's good to see these players now are starting to travel to tournaments. So it's all looking very good. I know you've got a new club in Ireland now as well. I saw last week.
That's right. Cherry Tree down Dublin.
Yeah.
Andy Fitzpatrick and John Moore, Mark Farrell.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
They have a good setup. They have a good venue, good tables.
Yeah.
I believe they take a load of extremes off yourself. Wobbly Hobby, I think they did.
Yeah. Could have done. Yeah.
The pitches are great. The tables all built. The venues. Even for us, coming from up here, you know what I mean? It's handy got there.
Yeah.
Then a pub upstairs, room in a pub, brilliant venue, good and central. Not even central Dublin, but easy got there for everybody.
I think the pub's a great venue as well, because I mean they're desperate for business, aren't they? Well, they are over here in England, and you know you've got big pubs, you know, a lot of space, and they're quite happy to have us.
Exactly, and pubs aren't really thriving at the minute, you know, with lockdowns and whatever, you know, what's been going on, the possible recession, and they'll take anybody. You know, if it's Subbuteo or Tiddlywinks or fucking anything.
Yeah, during the week especially. They're fucking near dead, you know what I mean? They don't mind an extra few pints. The room's there anyway. We have a new venue now, Argyle Bar.
Yeah.
Not the Argyle Bar.
Derby.
Yeah. The Derby Bar. Yeah. We just went that nasty for a room up the stairs. I know baller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there any point in guessing who won the Andover tournament?
Rudy won it.
Rudy?
Yes. Yeah, he beat me 2-1 in the final.
He beat you?
He beat me 2-1, yeah. He's the last final I beat him, and the one before that was in the qualifiers. He beat me, so you know it's always really close, tight games with me and Rudy. He played really, really well. His blocking was superb. You know, probably we both had 5 shots each during the whole game. He scored 2. Obviously, I scored 1. Missed 2 sitters on the run, but you do it all day long at home, and you know, in a tournament, it's a different pressure. So, he played really well. He was the better man on the day.
Two England internationals clashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here,
It's
I want to go back to Subbuteo Fest. So, what's the story? When he is officially starting on the Friday night, or is it starting on the Saturday?
so Friday night we're going to do a bit of a welcome thing in the pub. We did that last time. Had about 25 players walking in different times. So, a few beers, all very relaxed, all very good. Saturday, we've got the IO, the individual IO, and we've got a flats tournament as well. This is, the flat cardboard and celluloid figures from the 50s. So that's going to got about 15 players on that, and it's all the old boys are coming out to play it, which is going to be which is people like Kev Dyson. He wouldn't appreciate me calling him one of the old boys, but he's back in the day, these players travelled Europe and won the biggest tournaments. They toured all over, so it's great to see them coming out and playing a tournament again. Saturday evening we've got TFI Subbuteo, which is being done by Stuart Grant. That's in the Rose and Crown. He's got we're going to have a table set up. He's got a PA system. Stuart, he loves a microphone. So we've set him up. He's got a table. We're going to do crossbar challenges. We've got Stephen Hurrell coming as well. Gas Subbuteo, do you know that guy?
Yeah. Seen his YouTube.
Yeah, he's coming. TikTok he's really big on. So he's coming. So we've got loads of special guests as well. So we're going to do the live draws in the pub. As you boys know, a live draw can be
ropey business doing a live draw.
Even you told us not to do live draws.
Well, exactly. A live draw can be very pressured, as we know. So
there can be a lot of miscommunication when it comes to a live draw.
Yeah,
a lot of miscommunication, cross wires.
Hold on, you said special guests. Now I'm rolling back a year here. Is there any special guests that are going to duck out near the end and cause a whole kerfuffle?
Yeah, you froze. Sure.
A good job, he froze.
Yeah, completely. He froze there, right at the right moment, I think.
Perfect timing for the freeze ability. We'll skip over that bit.
So so we got some special guests coming. It's just going to be absolutely chaotic. We're going to be doing loads of live stuff from the pub. I'm really looking forward to that. Probably, maybe a little bit more than the tournaments. I'm going to say, because everyone's going to be very relaxed. We'll all have a few beers. Stuart's just going to, steal the show as always, I'm sure. So TFI Subbuteo on the Saturday. And then the Sunday, we've got the official 75th anniversary Subbuteo tournament. So that was we've been talking to Subbuteo, the brand, now for about 6 months. Slowly building a relationship. I mean, they really want to get involved. So. We're talking to them about sponsorship on the England shirts. We're talking about doing, little events with them. I think big things to come in that regard.
Brilliant.
They realise that, the game they produce, they get a lot of criticism from us, from the community. But we've got to realise that they're making a toy. It's a toy product. And for us, we keep crying out, don't we? We've got no children in the game. Where's all the kids? How are we going to sustain this game? Kids don't come in. And we've got, the biggest toy manufacturer in the world making our game. So
who makes it? Who makes it now? Who owns Subbuteo now?
Hasbro licensed that to Longshore. So the biggest toy producer in the world is making our game for children. Yeah. So I think there's a win-win there, isn't there?
Yeah. So basically embrace it instead of trying to turn people against it.
Yeah.
They need to buy Extreme Works off your man Claudio or something like that.
It's there's an issue. I've had a meeting with the brand, and they've told me that the rubber players is because of child safety regulations. They're making a toy. Remember, they have to drop from a certain height 800 times, and if a bit of plastic breaks off, then it's not going to pass. So they're making a toy. I think as soon as we realise, and for us, it's a gateway, isn't it? It's a gateway.
That's what I was going to say. It's an entry level game. You can't expect parents to go out and spend 60 quid straight away for their kids to play Subbuteo. Let them come in at the entry level, buy the box, 40 quid, get them into it. If they get into it, then Extreme Works is the next level.
You know, whenever my brother rediscovered Subbuteo, and he was way back 2016, and he brought down to my mother's this new Subbuteo set that he'd bought for his Wayne George.
Yeah.
The big selling point to him and me was the rubber players. I remember he opened them out of the box and says, look, they come now with rubber players so they won't break and they fall over. And I thought, fucking genius. Fucking genius. The amount of fucking Dalek Subbuteo, man, I have with fucking big lumps of glue.
Yeah.
Them on the best, you know what I mean? I thought this is genius. Shite, but at the time, genius.
But that was part of the charm when we was growing up. It was always the one that had all the big lumps of glue on it that become your favourite, scored. One the recognised.
Always scored.
But yeah, so I'm loving what Subbuteo is doing. I'm loving the conversations we're having with them, and I'm loving the fact that they've sponsored the event. They bought us these the beautiful trophies. We're gonna show. I mean, it's a special thing. It's got the 75th anniversary logo engraved. It's a big cup, and it's got that logo engraved on it. That's a thing to come to that tournament. 75 years of Subbuteo and win that trophy.
You're right.
Who's the favourite?
There's a few good players. I'm not gonna give any names, but there's a few good players. The more there's probably got about 30 players on that one at the moment. The advance.
Are you running that as a Waspa or a Festive?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Waspa. Yeah.
Waspa.
Yeah. So we got the two IOs, individual and team, and then we got the two Waspas, which is the flats tournament on the Saturday and the advanced rules on the Sunday. So the Sunday one is the old advanced rules are 74 with heavyweight players. The heavyweights or lightweights up to the era.
Brilliant. It sounds like a brilliant tournament. Sorry we can't be there.
It's a lot of going on that weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, doesn't it? But we do it at the same time every year, so I'm sure next year's diary's quite blank for you at the moment. So stick it in there.
I'll make a point of it. I was flying on Common. I was booking flights and everything.
Yeah.
I would get reminded of a wedding I've had.
So 30th and 31st of July. So our plan is to run it every year now at that time, the end of July.
And Jerry, we were meant to get Jerry on tonight, but he can't be here. He's coughing up lungs.
Yeah, he's had COVID the last few days. I mean, he's dodged it now for 2-3 years, hasn't he? So it finally got him. So it's obviously the weaker variant, which is good. But he's moaning, and we wish, didn't we? But yeah.
Jerry's a man of a certain age, and he's near pushing under that high risk category.
Nah, you know what? He used to be a semi-professional footballer, didn't he? I mean, he's got good lungs. He's very fit underneath that. So he's
you said underneath that surface veneer, he's quite fit.
Say anything. He's coping very, very well.
never made what Jerry looks like. He's a fucking athlete.
He is.
Isn't that right, though?
Exactly right. Right. So but he'd be good. He's got it now, I suppose. So he's good for Subbuteo Fair.
Yeah, that's it. It means he's there to give a hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we've done it with me and Jerry have done it. We did it last year. We're going to do it in the future. It's our thing.
I'm staying off Twitter during it. staying off Twitter.
Go on.
I'm staying off Twitter during it. Whilst the video fest is on, I'm not going on Twitter.
Oh yeah, why not?
Well, after last year.
Oh.
Big bar. We're not talking about last year. This is a new year. This is 2022.
The past, mate. That's all in the past.
Oh, it's a Subbuteo Fest 2.1.
Yeah. Move on. I think I've forgotten all of that. The big thing about last year was, as we keep saying, it was seeing so many new players. We just saw some people that you wouldn't see come to tournaments or come into those events, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's got to be getting the solo players are playing Subbuteo. Yeah, everyone's got some people have a strong opinion on solo players, but I sit here, I'm training. I'm playing solo, aren't I? I'm not matching.
Nah.
I'm not. You're not keeping. You're not keeping scores.
And you're flat out taking fucking shot after shot. You're not playing Celtic versus Rangers and fucking send the boys off.
Each to their own. If you're flicking a bit of plastic, you're playing the game, then it's all right with me. So
Alan, this is season 3, the first show of season 3 of this show. We're not backing down. Fucking no solos. There's no solo World Cup. There's no solo European Cup. There's no fucking solo Celtic and Rangers matches.
I'd like to get a hidden camera in Martin Oak's shed and hang
it up there
late at night.
Mate, top off, no trousers,
with his
all oiled up,
with his
the video pitch.
Yeah, with his notebook and his old heavyweight and writing down the goal scorers. I bet it happens. But look,
I found a wee book in his house one day and he snapped it off.
Dirty pictures, Adri.
Jerry's a solo player. Jerry Harrington. He plays a lot of solo games. I mean, yeah, he does. Yeah, mostly because no one wants to play heavyweights with him. So when wife she goes off to bed, he puts the table out and he plays a few games.
Thank God he has COVID. I mean, so he can't come on tonight.
So look, there's a lot of crossover. A lot of players are collectors. A lot of players are solo players. There's a big crossover. Stadium builders, painters. Lawrence, you do a bit of painting. You do a bit of modelling. Some people would have an opinion on that. So, but that's what Subbuteo Fest is all about. I said it last year. We're all one family, and
family. We got one family, one love.
One love, exactly. We got
celebrate. You're too close-minded, Watson. You're too close-minded.
No, I do like what you're doing with Subbuteo Fest. I think it's brilliant for everybody to come together. I know Argo. I was speaking to Argo table soccer last year.
Yeah.
He came out of it saying he made loads of orders. A lot of people ordered stuff from him, painting. So that's brilliant that people are getting to do their own little fair. Subbuteo Fair, but what we're knuckling down on here is the game, the actual competition side of it. You know what I mean? It's grew from last year, and that's grew from the year before.
Massively, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You thought some of the names you have coming over to that now. They play in an international open, isn't just fucking Subbuteo. It's Subbuteo Fest, but they're not over to buy a couple of ropey old teams. They're fucking order a pin job. They're over for that trophy you're talking about.
Yeah. Last year we didn't do any Fist F stuff for Subbuteo Fest. It was all about the old game. The idea was to get the collectors and to get the solo guys and the painters and everyone else, not the players. It was to encourage them to come out and have a day with like-minded people.
Yeah.
This year with the Fist F stuff, I mean, it's just gone absolutely crazy. I know a lot of Fist F players that have collections. Yeah, and crossover's massive. So
but you'll have boys that never played and only collected, and they'll come to that and they'll see the boys playing, and they'll realise that Subbuteo people are Subbuteo people, no matter where you're from or what you do with.
Yeah.
And they'll look at boys playing matches and they'll think, this is fucking class.
Yeah.
And then they'll want to have a go. And then they'll be looking at the nearest club.
Yeah.
And great part to yourself, there's now umpteen fucking clubs the length and breadth of England.
Yeah.
But they can shoot off to. There's nowhere, I don't think, in England that you're not too far from a fucking club.
Well, we're going to, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of clubs now. I think we're pushing on about 20. I'm working with the ESA board. Stuart Grant has led it a little bit. We've identified areas now in the country where we don't have clubs, and we're starting up an ESA new club grant scheme. So we're offering, obviously, an application process, but we're going to be offering a grant to new clubs to start up. We set up. We've got 3 regional managers now. So we've got one in the north, one in the southwest, one in the southeast. So these guys, they've got a point of contact, because it's normally the same questions, isn't it? It's how do I build a table? You know, all these questions that kind of stop people. They think it's expensive, but it's not. It's 25, 30 quid in wood to build a table, a decent table.
Well, yeah, pitch. You're talking £100 Talking £120 for a table.
Yeah, exactly. So, Subbuteo Astro pitch, 25 quid. I don't go on eBay these days, but 25, 30 quid for a Subbuteo Astro pitch on eBay. You know, one of the biggest FISTEF Subbuteo tournaments in the world, the major of Italy in Bologna, play on Subbuteo Astro pitches. There's nothing wrong with Subbuteo Astro.
Brilliant. Look at Germany. Look at them German pitches that they play on.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter a shit what you're playing on if you're just fucking starting out, if you're starting a club, if you just want to play. The only reason we have Extreme Works pitches is because we wanted to be playing on the better cert, you know, because we played on them. Yeah. That's why we started moving them, but we started with the Pegasus pitches and a couple of our last Outlaws the boys had lying about.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here now, there's 4 Astro pitches and 2 Extremes on here, but even every tournament we hold, we'll still have Astro pitches at it.
Yeah.
Waspa, it doesn't matter shit what pitch you're playing on.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, this is all about giving them a start, isn't it? You know, going back to my experience a couple of years ago, I offered them a little bit of financial support in terms of buying some wood. Solent's a great example. We ordered some cut wood. We got it delivered to the venue. I bought some Subbuteo Astro pitches. We all turned up on the first night. We built the tables. Half of the night was building the tables and sticking the pitches on. Then we spent about 45 games. And look at the Solent boys now.
Yeah.
Solent boys are fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I offered them a bit of support. I was there for the first few months. After 6 months, you know, I stopped going there. And I'm still on their group chat, but you know, I don't have any input into that as well. Those boys are absolutely flying. Makes me very proud when you see them at these tournaments, and you know they got all the kit on, and
they look fucking great, man.
They're just doing it for themselves now.
You're playing your part down very much so there. I think you're being very humble in it, and you know what I mean. I don't think you've no need to be so humble, because what you done for Solent, and not just Solent, but a lot of other clubs, it's fucking phenomenal, man. There's nobody else doing that. It took somebody like you. It took you to come and start what you were starting to get everything else. You were running around lighting the fucking fuses, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But you were making sure the bonfires were stacked.
Yeah, I've said to you before, I was very selfish, because all I wanted to do when I come back, it took me 4 months to get a game, because I was contacting people and no one was playing. So it was purely self-motivated. Trust me, it was. And, you know, I just wanted to get out playing. And I told you before, as my wife said, well, you know, start your then, you know, because I couldn't club to play. So I thought, well, you know, how hard can it be? So that's what we did. But it was the drivers are the people in those areas that were sitting there wondering, oh, you know, how do I do it? You know, what do I do? And that's all I did. I just come along and told them what to do and how to do it. So So
that's quite a bad thought. See that coming along and just saying, well, here's what you do, and I'll help you to do it. If you hadn't come along and says, here's what you do, and I'll help you to do it, there's nobody else would have, because there's always been boys like that. Wanted to rediscover Subbuteo, wanted to start a club, and there's nowhere to turn to. You know what I mean? Even you had the ESA and you had other clubs about the country. There were nobody to turn to. You might have went to Wolves and they would have said, look at Waspas, the 3 boys, that's all you need. Get a couple of tables, start playing. That would have been the advice you would have got. You were fucking right on there, man. Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do it with. And here, I'll help you fucking start it off. You fucking rolled the engine, pulled the fucking wire, and then they went going. We wouldn't keep going if them boys weren't interested. No doubt about it. But it wouldn't have started if you hadn't been poking it. So you need to take a lot of fucking credit for that, man, because I always joke you're the saviour of Subbuteo, but
you are.
Fucking are.
My wife loves that one. But we've got now we're doing this grant scheme, so people are going to have that financial support. I mean, we're not just chucking money at people. There's an application process. We're going to go and visit them and have a chat with them, like the Kings Lynn Club. We did the same, went up and if we're genuine and they need a bit of help, then that support's going to be there for them. The regional manager is going to be there to offer that ongoing support. So it's all looking good. I can see.
Is there financial? Is there money available to these clubs, or is this coming out of your pocket? Is this
no? It's coming out of the ESA funds. And as you know, the ESA collects our membership is £20 a year for members. Membership has grown close to 400% in the last few years. We're an association of members. This isn't like a private club. Where one person is running the show and taking the gate and and not being open and transparent about what they're doing with that money. This is an association of members. The members benefit from the association. So this is what we as a board have decided to do. We're going to replicate the success that we've had in England over the last few years. And as I said, 40-50 clubs is our target in the next few years.
That's brilliant. Fair play to you. And the only reason I asked that, because I know you're genuinely the most generous person in Subbuteo as well. So as much as I think it's amazing if it was your money, you putting it in, it's brilliant that the money's there from the ESA and you're able to give it the other clubs. So fair play to you for that. Well done.
It's far better, because what you have done is you've turned the ESA and they're like a proper association. Do you know what I mean? Like a real thing. Where there's associations all over the world. We've had fucking Mike in Canada. You know what I mean? He's the president of the association because nobody else wanted to do it. He says, well, fuck it, I'll do it. He just got on to it. I'll do it. Your man in South America, your man in Brazil, what do you call him? He was lovely. I'll put his hand up. I'll fucking do it. I'll be the president. We've Kenny Bates. Kenny Bates has kept it going over here for the last 20 years. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He holds pitches. He organises all the association side of things. But there's no real push from any of these, not that I can tell. Even in Italy and all over the world, you're not really seeing that. But you're seeing it now with you boys in England. I don't do us no favours to say England are doing great, but you're doing fucking brilliant for this.
I think we're fortunate that obviously the game comes from England, doesn't it? And I've heard the figure so many times. We had 7 million people playing the game in the late 70s, early 80s. So we're quite fortunate in that respect. Belgium, for example, didn't have those sort of numbers. They've done incredibly well, haven't they? To be one of the, if not the top FISTEF country in the world. They're certainly up there, aren't they? They haven't got that base like we've got. So Italy probably more so, but a lot less than England. So we've got everything there really. We've just got to We just got to harness it and reach out to these people, reach out to the solo players. The ESA is for everyone.
It's a way you run it. It's nearly like in football clubs, and it's like academies. Like every time a new club sprouts up, it's like a new wee academy started.
Yeah.
And then when you have the Wobbly League as well, the team league coming up as well in October, November. And then what you have is all these clubs in England coming together for a fucking league competition.
Yeah.
You have to be very, very proud of that.
Yeah, well,
in a very relatively short period of time, in a few years.
Yeah, last year, very proud, and that was really the ultimate goal. You look at what they have in Italy. Their setup is great, isn't it? I mean, they've got God knows 70, 80 clubs, is it? That I saw.
I don't know, hundreds of them.
They have, these club leagues. They run them in different days, different divisions: Serie A, Serie B, C, D. I mean, we should have been like that. I'm not sure what went wrong. We should have been right. So that's where we aspire to be. In terms of the club network set up and the club leagues. And I think that the big thing is just goes back to Subbuteo Fest and the other events, is just getting all of us like-minded people in the room, enjoying a weekend. If the mini guys can do it, guys with the minis and, the VW group, if they can go off and have, a bit of fun together, why can't we?
Yeah. Definitely.
You're getting everybody together to see it. Subbuteo, I still hold fast. I have no problem with solo players. You might, I don't. Old drills, anything, heavyweights. Do you know what I mean? You do you. That's grand. Not for me. I like the new game. I say the new game. I like the game as it is turned into.
Yeah.
But it is for playing. Subbuteo's always been for playing. It was never for collecting or pinning. Boys started pinning because you couldn't get the teams that you wanted anymore. Boys started collecting because, they grew up, they moved on, nobody was playing Subbuteo, but still loved it, and they started collecting it. Boys play solo because there's nobody else to play with. But they're playing solo, they're playing with it. You know what I mean? It's a game for playing. And when you get everybody together at your Subbuteo Fest, they're all going to look at the playing and they're all going to think, you know what? This is fucking class. Having a game's fucking class.
Yeah, let's hope so. But you've got to say there's some solo guys that maybe they can't get out so much. They can't drive. Stuck in their house. There might be carers for other people. So there's some people that can't come out and enjoy the game with people.
Yeah, well, do you know what? You might get a new surge of solo players because the price of fucking fuel these days. You want to go fucking nowhere.
That's why you need the local club set up. That's why you need
fucking
a club
local.
in every fucking.
You need your neighbour to set up a club.
In England.
This is it. We need a Subbuteo club on every street corner with the
every
pub.
Street corner, man.
Right, that's where we're going.
Right, before we end up talking about fucking Vladimir and his oil prices, goal of the week. Now we know. Hold on, before we go forward with goal of the week. We know the ESA has goal of a month. Goal of a month. Don't know whether that's the idea.
We'll not give off about that now. Will the president here?
Well, did you change? Was it used? It used to be goal of the month, was it? Did you change your name? Have you changed it? Because
always goal of the week.
It was always goal of the week.
Excuse us. I scoured the fucking internet week in, week out. All over the world, every goal, anybody's goal.
And then fucking Grant just shows up and uses
fucking
2 of our goals.
Just lands in fucking.
You know what I said when he joined? I said, wouldn't it be good if we had a goal of the month? And he said, well, someone's already doing that. I said, hijack it, they fuck. Right, here's this week's, the first of the season, goal of the week.
Mamma mia, golasso! Golasso Andrea, bravo Andrea.
Alan, you've seen the goals of the week now, in your very, very, very professional opinion. Could you please pick this week's goal of the week?
But probably one of the easiest ones to pick, really.
Archie.
I'm trying to remember. So goal one was one run.
On the run.
Very, very good goal. You can, right down the middle. There wasn't a lot of defence there, but to do that under pressure, top corner, great finish. That was a good goal. Number two, not sure who the keeper was. Woeful keeping. I noticed on the slow-mo, the keeper didn't even move until the ball was bouncing out of the back of the net. So, but I think that was... I only saw it the once, obviously, then, and it looked like smashing. So it looked like a no-goal. It looked like a free...
Oh. It was a free kick, so it wasn't a goal at all?
I think the player come off of the ball, hit a defender, and the defender hit another defender. So smashing the no goal.
You're a cruel man. You're a cruel man.
Is there smashing on a shot?
Yeah.
You sure?
Smashing was before the shot. I mean, play it back. We play it back. Because
we'll not go on about it. We'll not go on about it. You're not picking number two.
I only saw it the once, and I'm obviously desperate. I'm trying to help you there on that one. So it did look like a smash to me, and it wasn't a shot. It was just before the shot when he lined up the shot.
Yeah. So he cheated. Aishin cheated. Aishin more.
It could have been.
Hot and who's not cheated? Is what you're saying. Easy
to miss smash. It really is easy to miss a smash. So
it is easy.
I might be wrong because
we'll not make a big deal out of Aishin Moore cheating and that goal. So, we'll not make a big deal. We'll not keep going on about him.
In terms of the finish, great low shot, right down the middle, and fuck knows what the keeper was doing. Woeful.
Justice.
Number three, obviously, goal of the week. His stunning goal from Bob Varney. Classy goal. That was, at Mallorca, in a competition against Daniel Sheen, who's a top player. To do that under pressure, absolute class. And also, I've got to mention Daniel Sheen's reaction to that goal, absolute class, because he celebrated more than Bob.
Daniel Sheen's a fucking gent, man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
But it's so ironic. It's Daniel Sheen who should be doing that sort of goal. But Bob Varney is so fucking relaxed when he flicks. He's just like, there you go.
It's cool as a cucumber. He always looks that cool. But
bang.
Do you know what? Bob's head's like this, he's yeah. I mean, I don't like giving the man credit because, he live on that for the next 6 months.
Watson's had that goal on full screen. Repeat for the last week.
Yeah.
Can't get it off.
Bob. Can't get enough of Bob.
Can't get enough of Bob.
Fucking loves Bob Varney.
It's okay, but you'll be able to see us on the ESA's Goal of the Month next week.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we did it last month, actually. But
Bradley, what are you doing stealing our goals?
Well, if we go back to the beginning of the show, we will realise that last month's episode was unceremoniously deleted by Watson. That's where the goal of it goes from.
Anyway, interesting you say about the big screen and watching it. I just imagine Bob in his house now. He's got that big screen. He's probably watched that nearly 10,000 times. It's but yeah,
box of Kleenex beside him.
Yeah. Great goal, mate. Great goal.
Great goal.
Well done.
Well done.
Well, Barney, goal of the week. Hey! Alan, we're not going to ask you to show us your what's in the box because we've seen it about 9 million times. So
yeah,
we'll bid you farewell and thank you for your time and
best
of luck with Subbuteo Fest, and I hope it goes down an absolute storm.
Brilliant. Live stream.
Sorry?
Live stream for Subbuteo Fest.
Live stream.
Yeah.
It's your Grant.
What you got? Hey, stream us, fucking packer. Mate. It's fucking Alan Lee.
Only joking, Stuart. Here.
TFI Subbuteo. Anyone that's around Haverhill on Saturday evening, come to the Rose and Crown. It's just going to be a fantastic. It's just going to be a chaotic night, absolutely chaotic with Stuart in charge. It's going to be brilliant.
That'll be a good crack, man. That'll be a good weekend.
Are you on fucking commission or what? The Subbuteo collector, calm down.
Stu Grant's the original Subbuteo vlogger. You're only a fucking pretender to the crowd.
Yeah,
Stu Grant was there.
Stuart Grant, he's a fucking legend, isn't he?
He is a great man. Fair play. He's a great man to have on board. Alan, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thanks for being our first guest this season. So, thank you, man.
Yeah, good to see you boys back.
First guest,
take care, Alan.
Sponsor, number one pal.
Number one sponsor. Cheers, man.
Superstar.
Cheers, Alan Lee. Absolute legend. Hey, you can keep Alan on all night. Right,
Yeah,
here's some match highlights from our American friend, Mr. Brian Arnold. So here is Brian Arnold's match highlights.
And Alan Lee.
Everybody get down. I got my fingers in my pockets, I'm not messing around. I'm gonna rob the banks, the supermarket too. Get my money from the bank and steal the supermarket food. To put the cash in the bag and don't be so rude. Cause I'll be coming back like deja vu. It's what I do. And I'll be coming back for you, it's what I do. That's why they call me deja vu, it's what I do. I want dinner and I want it now. A little something to wash it down. I help myself out, the self-checkout. There's an unexpected item and nobody about. I'm gonna rob the banks, the supermarket too. Get my money from the bank and steal the supermarket food. To put the goods in the bag and don't be so rude. Cause I'll be coming back like deja vu. You got it, I want it, I take it, I need it. You got it, I want it, I need it. This is a stick up, everybody get down. I got my fingers in my pockets, I'm not messing around. It's what I do, and I'll be coming back for you. It's what I do. That's why they call me deja vu. You call yourself security, I run past two, I run past three. I grab myself a new TV, cause I'm so fast you can't catch me. I eat my meals for free, and everything I see is off the crabs, and I'll be back, I guarantee. And this is how the story ends. Banged up for the whole weekend. Was it worth it? It really depends. Well, if you think that I'm a monster, you should meet my friends. That's what we do. And we'll be coming back for you. That's what we do. That's why they call me deja vu. That's what I do.
Alan Lee giving Brian Arnold a bloody nose. Well done, Alan Lee, and well done,
Yeah.
Brian Arnold.
Brian played well. He never gave back. He never gave up. Sat back
Brian-
himself.
Brian
he
actually
went, kept
said
going.
that was his favourite match of the whole weekend.
Some moves Brian made, the score line's the score line, but some of the plays Brian made were fucking very, very good, man. Very
Brilliant.
clever, very forethought, and he played
And
well.
Brennan, thanks for the shirts. Awesome.
Well, yeah.
Awesome shirts.
Play
Mr.
hard. Play
Mr.
hard.
Bradley,
Play hard.
I'd like to extend our thoughts to one of our best friends, the sexiest man, Subbuteo.
Sexiest man, Saviour, who for a short period of time was the sexiest man in the NHS. But he's come out, he's rebuilt, he's like a new man. Brian, Daly.
Brad,
Get well soon. Get well soon.
We're thinking of you, buddy. I hope you're well and hope you're back flicking but I'm sure you'll be back flicking soon.
He'll be back flicking in no time.
It's only an stint.
As soon as he gets the heart pumped up, he'll be back flicking.
Sure, it's only walking around a pit. It's not like it's physical activity. Brian, only joking. I really do hope you're back soon. The only thing I have left, with no match highlights for Dan Cranston to review, so Dan will be back next week, hopefully, if he wants to stay with us. We have a new little feature. It's not new, but it's the same sort of thing. It is Fred Ellisbow on tour.
What's up, guys? Long time no see, but we've been on tour in a lot of cities and countries that is worth telling and sharing with you guys in the show. So we had in Berlin last month the Berliner Bärenpokal, which is the translation, the Berlin Bears Cup, which is playing old rules, 1973 specifically rules, so very, very specific. The Berlin boys organized that, and it was a lot of fun. I had to use old figures that I didn't have it, but one of the hosts, Marco Stigna, landed me a team, which was good. I reached the finals on that tournament, so it was nice. Was beginner's luck, I guess. Lost 1-0 to Joachim Busman. It was quite fun. A real gentleman. After that, I've been to Hamburg, where we play a Wee Vaspa tournament with the St. Pauli boys. Actually, I won that one with my teammate Simon Stewart, was also there. Slept over his place. Next morning, flew to Dublin, took a bus. Got a little bit paranoid of being stopped in the in the border because of the stupid protocol and so on. Was afraid of that, but everything is fine. Reached Derry for the Derry International Open of Ireland. Had a lot of fun in Derry with the Derry boys. Great hosts, great tournament. Everybody helped. Was really a community effort. And after that, came back to Germany, and then we went to Dortmund to play the German team championship with Hanover and my team here, which was a lot of fun. We reached 4th place, gave them a bloody nose, as Simon Stewart used to teach us here in Hanover, and that's it. Now we're going to the summer break, and we're organizing the summer break, a little action for the kids here in Hanover so they can learn the game. In August, and the 13th and the 20th of August. So any kid in Hanover that wants to learn the game, learn Subbuteo, and have fun, they're always welcome. And then after that, next plan is to send Simon Stewart to the World Cup. Good luck for him. And then after that, we're probably going to play the DSDFB Cup, the German Cup, back in Dortmund, individual championship and team event. So I hope that everything works out. So, cheers and greetings from Germany. See you next time on the tour.
Thanks, Fred. Thank you, man. And it was good to hear from you and good to have you over here in Derry as well. Absolute gentleman.
Superstar.
Obviously,
Superstar.
give me this shirt. Beautiful Hanover 96 shirt.
I'm not going to do the whole stretch.
I have been told that Hanover are absolutely shite in the German leagues.
Doesn't matter.
I know.
Team for local people.
But it's a lovely shirt. Local team for local people. And we're not going to do results this week. We'll do results next week because it was quite a...
Well, yeah, we'll maybe have another wee bum up at Paul A's because Paul Hayes is very well renowned in the Subbuteo community, of course. He's Mr. Subbuteo. His training videos, his tutorial videos, his matches, his playing career, you know what I mean? But in the flesh, what an absolute star. When I came up here to the shed, it was like a fucking rock star.
Like it was like fucking Bono just showing up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like fucking Elvis was in the building. Everybody was round. And such a fucking gentleman. Bringing the keeper, brought me and you a keeper each.
Yes,
And
keepers
all the way
draw the
bases,
keepers and kick out keepers and
kick out keeper and fucking sample bases that are fucking lethal.
hey,
But even just the fucking cuddle the man. He came up to the shed, man, and he stood must be 3 hours just playing Subbuteo. Anybody wanted a game, he didn't turn anybody down.
Exactly. I wish he had turned me down, like I said earlier. Yeah, no. Anyway, Bradley, thank you, Paul Hayes. By the way, an amazing fella, and Brian Arnold. Thank you, everybody that came. Jason Christopher, everyone that travels. Guido. It was amazing. It was just the best weekend ever of Subbuteo.
Even boys from deepest darkest Wexford, Nicky Murr and John.
Everybody.
How about that?
Came.
Everybody.
Brendan Nicely. Absolute legend, Brendan Nicely, by the way. So,
Wrexham's finest.
Thank you very much. It's been amazing. Thank you for tuning in for the first show of season 3, and we'll see you all next week. Cheerio.